Evening YouTube. So it's Friday night tonight. James is here, and as you can see, set up on the table, we have got a pair of Bang& Olufsen 1702 speakers and a Pioneer SX-434 receiver. Now these speakers are from 1972 and they are rated at 40 watts, and the receiver is from 1974 and that is 15 watts per channel. So these are both from the early 70s, but the speakers are actually 2 years older than the Pioneer. And this is James's choice tonight because I didn't get back from work till right late this evening, and I've come in and quickly done myself something to eat. So while I was doing something to eat, I said to James, just set something up. He went, what shall I set up? I said, whatever you fancy listening to, just do something that we haven't done before. So he has set up this little combo. So when he's got it all connected together, I'm out in the kitchen and suddenly I have heard Fool's Gold by the Stone Roses. So I'm there thinking, oh, what's he got connected up there? And I couldn't hear it that well, so I shouted him to turn it up a little bit. So he's turned it up a bit, and I'm listening in the kitchen, trying to work out what he has put together. And I'm thinking, oh, that really sounds like the little Bang& Olufsen speakers, but what amp has he got with it? So there I am, really listening, trying to work out what he has put together, and then I'm thinking, he's put together the Bang & Olufsen speakers and the Sansui 310, and we've already done that one. So I was thinking, oh, what an idiot, he's put together something we've already done. But then the next track came on, he put in Yellow, a track called The Race. So he's put that on, and it's got quite a lot of like deep bass notes at the start of that track. So I'm listening to The Race, and I'm thinking, no, that's not the Sansui, because the bass just didn't sound right for the Sansui 310. But I'm thinking, right, that is definitely the Bang & Olufsen speakers. But what amp has he got with them? And I'm sort of thinking everything, but I was not thinking this Pioneer 434 at all. I was thinking everything else except this Pioneer. Then he's put the next track on, which is a track that I love. It's Bomb the Bass, a track called Bug Powder. And he's put that in, and I've heard him turn it up a little bit at the start of that track. And the bass on that track is really good. It's another one, Mr. Muddy. I don't think Bug Powder's for you, mate. So he's played Bomb the Bass, Bug Powder, cranked it up a bit, and then again I'm thinking, oh, that could be the Sansui, because I couldn't think what else it could be. So I'm thinking, right, he has done it. That idiot has put together something we have already done. So then I walked back in the room with a couple of quarter pounder with cheeseburgers that I'd just made for myself and a couple that I'd made for James. And I was ready to say to him, you idiot, we've already done that Sansui and the Bang & Olufsens. But then I walked in the room and I was like, no way, that's the SX-434. I really was shocked because I haven't heard this little Pioneer sounding like it does today. These Bang & Olufsens have kind of changed the sound of it a little bit. It sounds very different through these than other stuff I've had it running on. It's kind of tamed it a little bit, these Bang & Olufsens have. Because this Pioneer, I can normally tell the sound of it because it is so lively. It really is like a teenager going mental in its bedroom. But with these Bang& Olufsen's on it, it's not like that. It's become a little bit refined. I think the Pioneer has packed away its Pokemon cards, it has put its slippers on, and for the first time in its life, it's acting like a grown-up. And I'm not sure if I want this Pioneer acting like a grown-up. I love it when it's like a wild teenager, smashing up its bedroom when you turn the volume up. And what do you reckon about that, James? Does this Pioneer sound better when it is going wild and smashing its bedroom up? Or does it sound better tonight with its slippers and its smoking jacket on? James said he kind of likes it tonight. It sounds decent. Yeah, it does sound decent. I'm not saying it sounds bad, but I just love this thing when it's running amok and going wild, because I've got nothing else that sounds like this. That's why we have called it the party amp. What's that, James? James just said I need to embrace the change and give the Pioneer a chance tonight because it sounds well good with these speakers, and I've just got the ump because I got home late and didn't collect my Harman card in. And he is right there. I did have the ump a little while ago. I'm alright now, I've got over it, but what happened was I have just bought a big Harman Kardon vintage receiver, paid a load of money for it, and it was delivered today, click and collect to Argos, so I had to collect it. So I was really excited all day at work, looking forward to picking it up on the way home. But then when we left work, I was working miles away today and we just got stuck in a ton of traffic. So yeah, I did have the ump because it took me 4 hours to get home and I never got to Argos in time, so I never collected my Harman Kardon. I will have to go and collect it in the morning. So you are right, James. I did have the ump, but not anymore. Now I am home. I've had something to eat. I've had a few beers and we got some tunes going. I am totally over my 4 hour traffic jam nightmare. And I am already planning to get up nice and early tomorrow and be at Argos the moment them doors open. So you're right, James. Let's embrace the change and go with the new sounding grown-up Pioneer SX-434. So I reached over to the CD player and flicked the tracks back and played Bomb the Bass, a track called Winter in July. Now you might like this one, Mr. Muddy. You should check this one out, mate, 'cause there is a chance you might like this track. It's got lovely female vocals on it. So it'll get your nice speakers singing like a pair of canaries, mate. And it's got a nice bit of slow, deep bassist track as well, so it'll get your old sub sounding good as well. So check this one out, Mr. Muddy. Bomb the Bass, Winter in July. And on this little combo sitting on the table here, that track sounded fantastic through these Bang& Olufsen speakers being powered by the little grown-up Pioneer. It really did sound good. The top end and the woman's voice was just sounding so good, and the bass was coming out of it was just so smooth. So I am seeing a very different side of this Pioneer tonight. It is showing me that it can be grown up. You just need to get the right speakers on it, and these Bang& Olufsen's definitely make this little Pioneer grow up. And I think it's just because of the way these speakers deliver the sound. They're very laid back, these speakers. They are not really fast and lively. So I think that Pioneer is trying to make these speakers fast and lively, but the old Bang& Olufsen's are just having none of it. And that's how I knew that James had connected these Bang& Olufsen's up to something when I was out cooking in the kitchen, because I've got nothing else that sounds like these speakers at the moment. They are distinctive to everything else I have got because they are so laid back. And I'm saying that in a good way, not a bad way. I really like the sound of these little Bang& Olufsens. For a little small bookshelf speaker, these things really are decent. Not if you want that fast and lively sound. If all the music you play is lively drum and bass, then yeah, these Bang& Olufsens are not for you. But if you like a bit of jazz, bit of female vocals, nice bit of reggae, something like that, these Bang& Olufsen speakers really are good for that. And it'd be interesting to get these Bang& Olufsens on something really modern. Now, I haven't got nothing like that at the minute, but I will get some stuff like that. So that'd be interesting. Get a really fast and lively modern amplifier and see if one of them will liven up these old Bang& Olufsens. I don't think it will. I think connect a right modern amplifier up to these Bang& Olufsens, you will still get that lovely vintage sound. I might be wrong on that one, because you never know. You might put something right modern on these Bang& Olufsen speakers and it will change the sound of them. But I don't think it will. I think even something really modern and really lively connected up to these speakers, it will try and force these speakers into being fast and lively, but the old Bang& Olufsens will go, no, I am not having none of that. Whereas with a lot of old vintage speakers, if you put them on a modern amplifier, they will start sounding like a modern speaker. They will change how they sound. But I don't think these Bang& Olufsens will do that. They are set in their ways. But if you did it the other way round, if you got a really modern, decent speaker and put them on this old Pioneer SX-434, I think this Pioneer would get a really good sound out of them. It would suit a modern speaker, this Pioneer. And it would sound like a more modern amp than one from 1974. Just because it's very lively, this little Pioneer. Of all the ones I've got so far, this thing is so lively and so rhythmical, even more so than the SX-750. They are very similar sounding, this and the 750, but you can feel with that 750, you can feel it's got a ton of power driving things, whereas this one is not like that. This one is like much more lively. The characteristics of the sound are very similar, but the way they deliver the sound is very different. And like with the 750, I kind of put an album on, set the volume, sit back, listen to it. Happy days, that thing sounds fantastic. But with this 434, I find myself keep turning it up. Now, I don't do that with other amplifiers. There's something about this little Pioneer that like eggs you on to turn it up. Because I do. I put a track in, and then the next track starts and I find myself turning it up a little bit. Then another track comes on, I turn it up a little bit more. That is why we have called this one the party amp, because it does kind of egg you on to turn it up. Especially on them Kef speakers. You put this Pioneer on them Kefs, you can't help but keep turning it up a little bit. But it sort of lost that tonight with these speakers on it. So these speakers definitely have tamed the Pioneer a little bit, because it's not sounding like the wild teenager tonight. And like, I wouldn't really use this Pioneer to just have a night in, sit on my sofa, play some tunes at low volume and just really like sit back and enjoy the music. I wouldn't really use this Pioneer for that. Again, that's why we call it the party amp, because you get this thing out, whack them Kefs on it, put the music up and away you go, party time. So everyone will be up dancing about, you crank the little Pioneer up a bit and everyone is really happy. But with these Bang& Olufsens on it, it's turned into a different beast, this Pioneer. I could use this and be very happy, just having a night in, a few beers, some tunes at low volume and just sitting back and taking in the lovely sound. So I sort of love this Pioneer a little bit more tonight. Now I've seen a different side of it, 'cause I love that party side of this Pioneer. It's fantastic for a night in, few drinks, crank some tunes up. But then, like I said, tonight it showed me that I could set it up on my table and do a nice night of refined listening. So thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and I shall see you next time.